Hello, guys. Here we are back with another chapter of Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing. Okay, I have a little hair thing problem going on, but I'm in my room, so it's okay. It's just me. So we'll work it out the best we can. This chapter is called Just Another Rainy Day. Again, it's called Just Another Rainy Day. Make a prediction about what you think it's going to be about. Friend, family, yourself. Make that prediction now. Prediction done? I hope so. All right, here we go. You can always pause the video anyway. The next day it rained. My father asked me how I'd like to go to the movies. Just me? I asked. No, all three of us, he said. But Fudge is very young to go. Don't you think so? Maybe, but I can't think of anything else to do with him. And this will just take up a few hours. Well, you can give him some socks. You know how he loves to play with your socks. Socks won't last the whole afternoon. My father checked his New York magazine. A bear's life is playing in the neighborhood. How does that sound? What is it about? I asked. A bear's life, I guess. I was thinking of a good Western. Maybe it was an action. Maybe an R-rated movie. Yeah. But you can't even get in unless you're 17 or unless you're with your parent. But my father had made up his mind. It's going to be a bear's life. I suggested that my father get Fudge cleaned up because by then he was looking a little bit messy. By 1 o'clock, we were ready to go. All three of us wore our raincoats and we took a big umbrella and we went out. I jumped over all the puddles and my father avoided them too, but not Fudge. He jumped in every single one of them. When we got there, he was so soaked, so my father took him to the men's room, stuffed a bunch of paper towels down his pants. At first, Fudge complained, but then my father bought him a big box of popcorn. He got over it. Right after we got settled in our seats, a big boy sat down in front of Fudge. So he had to change seats with my father. When the lights dimmed, Fudge said, "Ooh, dark." I told him, "Shh, you can't talk in the movies." "Okay, Peter." That's when he started to throw his popcorn. At first I didn't notice, but I wondered why the people in front of us were turning around every second, and I heard Fudge whisper, "Pow, pow, pow." And I saw him throw handfuls of popcorn. I poked my father. "He's throwing popcorn," I whispered. "If you're going to throw one more piece, I'm going to take it away from you." "No throw," Fudge said very loudly. "Shh," the people said. "You see," I told my father, "he's just too young for the movies." But for the moment the first bear came on the screen, Fudge sat and watched. It showed how all bear cubs could be cute and how they lived. I'm not sure when I realized when Fudge was missing. I guess I turned and I asked, "Hey, is there any popcorn left?" And there he was, not there anymore. I was really surprised he wasn't there. "Hey, Dad, Fudge is gone." "What?" my father asked. "Fudge isn't here." I didn't, where'd he go? "I don't know. He just wasn't here I don't know. I just noticed he was gone." "Let me out, Peter. I'm going to find him." "Should I come too?" "No, you sit here and watch the movie." I stood up and let my father out. A few minutes later, the picture stopped right in the middle of a good scene. The soundtrack trailed off like a broken record, and the lights all came on. The audience all started to boo. Boo! Then my father and two ushers and a man in a suit came over to me. "He was sitting right here," my father told him. "Well," said the man in the suit, "we've checked the restrooms and the office. He's not behind the candy counter. We have to search the theater. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention? We'll continue our film, but first we have to find a 3-year-old boy." Some people laughed when the man said Fudge was his name. I guess Fudge does sound a little funny. Maybe he was kidnapped, I thought. Would my mother be mad? He is a crazy kid. Who'd want to kidnap him anyway? "What should I do, Dad?" "Why don't you walk up down the aisle and call him, Peter?" "Okay, here, Fudge, here, Fudge," I called, going down the aisle. "Come out here, Fudge." When I got down to the first row and called, "Here, Fudge," I heard an ooh. "Hi, Peter," he said. "Hey, I found him," Peter said. "Here he is," and I turned to my brother. You dope, what are you doing way down here?" "I wanted to touch the bears," Fudge said, "but the bears are gone, all gone." Dad came over. "Are you all right?" "He wanted to pet the bears," I said. "Well, I guess we can continue the picture now," the man in the suit said. "Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Our young man has been safe and sound. Now we return to the conclusion of A Bear's Life." My father carried Fudge back to our seats. Later, when we got home, my father explained to Fudge that movies are like TV. It's just a picture. You can't touch it. Fudge listened, but I don't know whether he was able to believe or understand my father. My father said he was going to cook for some for us for dinner to celebrate finding fudge at the movies. I thought this was kind of strange. So what are you going to cook, Dad? A super duper big omelet. Omelet? I'm not sure me and Fudge like omelets. You'll like this one. Give me a big frying pan, Peter. Okay. I gave it to him. He melted some butter in it. What's going in the super duper omelet? I asked. Well, the eggs, of course. Omelets are made of eggs. And, what else? Oh, I think I'll make a mushroom omelet. Eggs and mushrooms. Yes, you'll love it. I'm not too sure. When the omelet was done, he placed it in front of me. That's some big omelet, I said. How many eggs did you use? Yeah, about a dozen. A dozen eggs. Mom only cooks one at a time, I told him. But when you taste this, you'll know why I used all the eggs. You mean it's that good? Go on, taste it. I took a bite. It was awful. Disgusting. The worst thing I ever had in my life. Well, he said, it's nice, I said, swallowing. Washing it down with a glass of milk. You see, your mother ought to experiment more. You'll learn different new things if you do that. I don't think Mom ever made me a mushroom omelet. My father put some on Fudge's plate, then he served himself. Fudge shoved a lot into his mouth once, and I waited, figuring he was going to choke on it. Instead, he said, "Ooh, good." My father beamed. Fudge wasn't smart enough to fool my father, so he must have actually liked it. Then my father sat down and tasted his super duper concoction. He not only choked on it, he spit it out. Oh no, this is awful. Something went wrong. The eggs are rotten. Mom just bought them on Thursday. Well, maybe it's the mushrooms then. Maybe it's how you cook, I suggested. My father jumped from the table, threw the mushroom omelets into the garbage. Fudge started to cry. I want more of it. No, it wasn't any good. Fudge screamed, "Eat it or wear it! Eat it or wear it!" He flung the spoon across the room and hit my mother's favorite plant. "Now you stop that," my father yelled. "I'm going to make us a peanut butter sandwich." Not even jelly, just peanut butter. "Then you're going to have a bath. Your mommy's coming home tomorrow. We're going to show her how well Daddy can manage." "Peter, where is the peanut butter?" After supper, my father bathed Fudge. The only thing I decided to do was the dishes. Oh, the only thing he decided not to do was the dishes. He stacked them in the sink and left them for my mom. On Sunday afternoon, we drove to the airport to meet my mother's plane. On the way there, my father said that it wouldn't be fun if we kept all the things we did over the weekend a secret. Just between the three of us, kind of a man's secret. I agreed not to say a word. And my mother was so glad to see us that she didn't even mention the dirty dishes in the sink. 6 weeks later, we were watching TV one night, and the commercial came on. "That's me," Fudge said. "He does look like you, Fudge, but it can't be you," Mom would say. "Oh yeah, it's me. It's me." My mother squinted and looked harder. "You know, Warren, I imagine another little boy who was like Fudge. Couldn't do it." "It's Fudge, all right," I said. "It's Fudge, all right," he repeated. "Well, we didn't tell you, dear. We thought you wanted to be surprised, but, that's Fudge." "What?" my mother said. She couldn't believe it. "You see, Mom, remember that weekend you went to visit Aunt Linda? And I stopped and thought about the things my mother didn't know, like the puddles he splashed in, the paper towels in his pants. He wanted to touch bears. He ate the mushroom omelet. And I looked at my father and he started to laugh, and so did I." So we're going to stop there, guys, all right? So answer the questions down below. There is one more chapter. We're going to finish it up next time. I'll see you guys then.